This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Minute Podcast, the Becker Business Minute Podcast. Here are 8 stories that we're following this morning. First, the big story of the day yesterday was the markets dropping significantly on signs of continued inflation, and in turn, the perception that the Fed is going to keep staying aggressive in raising rates. Increasingly, the markets expect a 50 basis point raise in March, or if not that, continued interest rate hikes. So we'll see how that goes. That was the big story yesterday. Second, on that news of increased concerns about inflation, the Nasdaq dropped 1.8%, the Dow 1.3%, and the S&P 500 1.4%. Third, the labor market remains pretty tight, thank goodness, given the extent of debt that consumers are holding. We'll talk about that in a second. Fourth, consumer spending remains strong, but it's being propelled by record amounts of consumer debt. Consumers are increasingly financing their spending with high-cost credit card debt. I see an article in Yahoo Finance this morning. Troubling signs emerge as credit card debt hits record highs. Here, she notes in the article, this is Gabrielle Cruz Martinez, that credit card debt has reached nearly $1 trillion, $986 billion as of the last quarter. Interest rates on credit cards are near 20%, and credit card debt increased by $130 billion last year. The combination of consumer spending money through credit card debt and spending down their pandemic savings, we just at some point have a reckoning that should be coming, for better or for worse. Fifth, the markets point down again today on increased concerns about what we're talking about already, inflation and an aggressive hawkish Fed. Sixth, DocuSign announced layoffs. Seventh, Lenovo, the personal computing company, saw sales drop nearly 25% in the last quarter as personal computer sales slowed. And eighth, finally, a sign that the apocalypse is upon us. DoorDash sales rose greatly last year and last quarter. They had a great quarter and year as we get the whole generation of us that doesn't like to even bother to get in the car to go to the store to get their food. So sales jumped 40% in the last quarter at DoorDash as we become more lazy and more reliant on delivery. Literally an astounding number how much it's rising. Thank you for listening to the Becker Business Minute, the Becker Private Equity Podcast and Business Minute Podcast. Thank you very much.